The 21st century, in a rapidly changing world nowadays, technology is developed in an advanced level in order to cope with the needs of the people. TV, mobile phone, laptop is essential in everyone's daily lives, and the Wi-Fi internet access is becomes a basic facilities in the public areas. However, the resources in the world is limited. As people keep on exceeding the usage of the natural resources, the world is actually giving a warning. The bad effects of radiation exposure after the 311 Japanese earthquakes is a good live example. The senior manager realized the importance of business to cope with the ethical dilemma. The innovations inspire new ideas, while it also includes making a match between the solutions and the community.
I think it's important for innovations to be done in an ethical manner because of the impact that innovations have on people. The way we interact with innovations, it changes our beliefs and our behaviors. Technology is something that can be taken for granted, yet has a large social impact in communities.
Not merely cutting the CO2 emissions or using some renewable resources, the industry previously practiced. The business senior manager announced exploring the ways to cooperate under the ethical issues, such as the ethical marketing.
Believe in me.
In my ambitions.
My best intentions.
Believe in my vision of a better world.
For myself.
For my family.
For my community.
And understand that sometimes the only thing that stands between thinking and doing
is the right motivation.
And someone willing to point the way.
Engage me, and I will follow.
Inspire me, and I will believe.
Incite me, and I will act.
As a big firm in the technology industry, Sony engaged the CSR with the innovative philosophy, diversity, and inclusion to achieve the goal of sustainability. Could the firm act more differently on the ethical innovations?
So first focusing on the early stages and what features are they putting in, how is this going to impact different people in the community where they're targeting. Skipping over production, how are you going to manage this innovation when it's out being used within a community? How is this innovation even going to be disposed of at the end? So people are taking more and more responsibility for the life cycle of an innovation, starting at design, going all the way down the line to how is this innovation or this technology going to be thrown away, and taking responsibility for the whole life cycle of that technology. Whereas before we used to only focus on perhaps production and what the quality control said at the end of a production line, and then said, well, we created a great product because our quality engineer said it was perfect. Innovation includes that entire life cycle from design all the way to the death of the technology and how it's being recycled at the end, and not just the beginning or the middle where there's actually production. And so taking that life cycle approach, I think, is important for innovation firms.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot.
In the year 2030, a new relationship between people and electricity will be born. Methods of producing electricity will put human-friendly and nature-friendly renewable energy into the mainstream. And people will use electricity in smarter ways within the scene, allowing for a smarter and more comfortable way of life. For example, your electric vehicle will come equipped with payment processing functions, which will let you recharge your vehicle anywhere in town without any hassles. When you're watching TV in your living room, you'll be able to choose your preferred electricity source, such as green electricity. And while using your mobile device in an airport cafe, you'll be able to recharge it safely and smartly, since power will flow to the device only when you want to use it. We are creating a more pleasant and convenient future where you can control the flow of electricity yourself, anytime, anywhere. It's a future where Smart Outlet has become a reality. Sony wants to create a new relationship between people and electricity, together with all of you.
Sony has developed a powered outlet that can identify the device pop in. The company say that this technology could monitor better usage of the electricity in the future.
例えばですが、こちらのドライヤーはすでにお宅の方にお手持ちのドライヤーをそのまま使っていただいて、そのドライヤーの情報をこちらの方の中に組み込まれている IC チップの方に書き込んでいただくという形の使い方になります。でその書き込んでいただいたものをこういった形でセットすると、あたかもこのドライヤーが最初からですね、この IC チップが組み込まれたようなドライヤーになって、それを挿すことによってリーダーライターでこのドライヤーが挿されたということを認識するシステム。
The authenticated equipment can be managed via the cloud, and its power supply can also be controlled. So for example, if demand is about to exceed supply, blackouts can be avoided by switching off non-vital devices, while keeping other more essential devices such as healthcare equipment and refrigerators on. This system can also identify users and supply them with power for a specific amount of time, so in the future it could be used for power outlets in public places and billing for electric vehicle charging.
On behalf of Hong Kong, I realized the importance of technologies in the daily lives. After doing this project, I realized developing of ethical innovations are just a good business. Sustainability in the markets, which is the mission for most innovators. It requires the acknowledging the relationship between technology, all the stakeholders, and the community, and then use the knowledge to coping with its ethical implication, share responsibility, and the mutual growth. Generally speaking, by combining all the ideas and examples which explaining in the projects, ethical innovations produce a sustainable competitive advantage for an organization, which also creates a good technologies and community relations.
Paradise, put up a parking lot.